Can you print money at no cost? It's very cheap to turn out those pieces of paper. But does that get society something for nothing? Not at all. It's simply a different form of taxation. If you print money, people have more money to spend. If they spend more money on the same amount of goods, prices go up. And in effect, everybody is paying a tax through inflation. Once again, it's only a form of taxation.
These are free, open to everybody. Your lecture, unfortunately, is a big break with that tradition. It's the first time that the University of Iceland is a party to selling entrance at such a high price. It's higher even than if the Bolshoi Ballet came to this country. And the point my friend was making to Charles that it does not increase freedom, academic or otherwise, it decreases it.
Well, you see, first of all, I suspect that somebody was paying the expenses of those lectures. Who was paying the expenses of those free lectures? The people who didn't go to it. I think that the word free is one of the most misused words. We speak of free education. Education isn't free, it costs money. You spoke of free lectures, but those lectures weren't free. The lectures halls had to be provided. The facilities had to be provided. I am sure you have paid fees to some of the speakers. What you mean to say is that the people who attended the lecture were subsidized by the people who did not attend the lecture. And I do not believe that that is in my concept of what a free society should be. So I think that the charging of fee for a lecture in order to limit the number to the size of the room, in order to make it available to those who value it most highly, is a perfectly appropriate application of the price system.
Cuando el gobierno paga sueldos más elevados a sus empleados, estos sueldos son pagados por los contribuyentes. Pero cuando los trabajadores obtienen mejores sueldos y condiciones de trabajo más civilizadas a través del mercado libre, cuando lo obtienen de empresas que compiten unas contra otras por los mejores trabajadores, que compiten a su vez entre sí por los mejores trabajos, estos sueldos más elevados no se financian a costa de nadie. Provienen exclusivamente de la productividad más elevada, de una mayor inversión del capital y de un mejor desempeño del obrero. El tamaño del pastel es mayor. Hay más para el obrero, pero también hay más para el empleador, el inversionista, el consumidor e incluso para el contribuyente. De esta manera, un sistema de mercado libre distribuye los frutos del progreso económico entre todos ellos.
Benefit to having the government steal our money, which is what they do effectively. They hold a gun to our head and say, pay us 40% of your income or go to jail. They take this money and they give it mostly to government employees. Well, the government employees spend it. The marginal propensity to consume is pretty high. So the people who were robbed have to do something creative to get the money back. And isn't this creative activity the real wealth?
No, the third part of your thing is just pure fallacy from beginning to end. Let's suppose for a moment, take the extreme case, that 40% is being used just to have people sit around. The fact that they spend their money doesn't alter the situation. The only product there is what the 60% produce. And that 60% is divided among the 100%. If those 40% are also producing goods, then there are more goods to go around among everybody. You are just involved in a fallacy of looking at dollars instead of looking at the real product, the goods and services that people produce and people consume. Spending isn't good. What's good is producing. What we want to have is more goods and services. And as I say, the obvious indication that that's clear is that if your logic were right, it would apply it for 50%, 60%, 70, 90, 98, 100%. And obviously you would see that that would be a bunch of nonsense.